Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm having a bit of technical issue today, apparently. So we are now officially going to go live and talk about Oracle decks and tarot cards and some witchy books that I have on hand. The first things in the carousel are all of my tech stuff. So if you have any questions about that, make sure to leave a comment. Speaking of comments, you can find everything in the link that I've provided for you at amazon.com/live/dark-side of the library. So you don't have to go searching for these items. You can actually join me and see all of the items in a carousel. I click on them and highlight them so that you can actually see them and click on them yourself. It's a lot easier. So first, okay, we have the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck. This is the Beltane deck. So Beltane, I believe, is tomorrow, so May 1st. We have it's 2090, so it's 16% off. All of the Seasons of the Witch cards are all themed. So they have different color themes. They have different, like icon themes. There's different color palettes on the actual cards themselves. So it's really, really cool. You can see this one's yellow themed and it's got this beautiful gold on the side. Here we have bee. This is honey. These cards are more than just yellow. Like you can see a lot of the beautiful just greenery in some of these cards too. Lots of green, yellow, reds, stone circle. We have the Fae. We also have Oracle here. You'll notice on the very bottom of these cards too, you'll see we have a little blurb about it. So if you wanted to do a really, really long reading, you can actually do that pretty successfully and just get a gist of what every single card is trying to tell you, which I appreciate. Something that's really fun about these cards too is that we have a whole bunch of different spreads that are all associated with the particular holiday that they're trying to present. So that's a really fun thing too. So the Beltane deck is beautiful. I love the yellow colors, the renewal, rejuvenation. There's some darker cards, but not a ton. And I like just the message too. We're kind of learning how to be more in our communities, passing all, I guess, being a part of the community, giving a few things to the outside world, especially coming out of such a reclusive time like winter time, tending to gardens, not harvesting, but really just being with your people and connection, which is great. And also figuring out how you connect with the world. So beautiful, beautiful Oracle deck. That is the Beltane Oracle. It's one of my favorites. It's super, super pretty. Here's what the cover looks like. The art and the writing for all of the Seasons of the Witch cards, I believe, are done by the same people. If not, they might alternate the artists occasionally, but for the most part, it is the same. And the messages are really cool. So you can actually collect all of the Seasons of the Witch cards because there's going to be different messages and different things that you want to do for the holidays. Let's move on to our next thing. I want to share with you. My whole desk is a crazy mess, so bear with me. I guess we could have done the Samhain deck. Let me show you just how different the Samhain deck is compared to the Beltane. I'll give us the Seasons of the Witch cards a little bit of a break, and then we'll go back to it. Samhain's different. Of course, it's like Halloween. So here it's red themed. You can see it's definitely more gothic, a little more sinister. We're turning into fall and winter time. So you can see we have these cool hands as symbols and it's all red. Sides are also red too. Nice shiny reds. I love this. This is such a beautiful deck. So here we have grief, voices. It's not all black and white, but most of it is. Wolf. Definitely a different vibe here for sure. Ancestors. We have, what is this? Oh, protection. Ooh, I like that card. I haven't seen that one. Potions and spells. So you'll see too on the very bottom, we have a whole bunch of writing here, a blurb. So it's easy to do one giant reading if you wanted to. You don't have to keep referring back to the booklet. I personally like that. I think that's really nice. do a few more here. We have Mischief. Oh my. Whoever designed these cards had a lot of fun. You can actually tell. Elders, and then one more here. Then we'll move on to our next Oracle deck. Crystals and Herbs. Super cool. So this one is 23% off, only $19.30. You can get both of these decks for under $40, which is really amazing. Keep in mind that these Oracle decks and tarot cards would be really, really awesome presents for people. If you do know somebody that has a birthday maybe on Samhain or on Beltane, that would be a really fun gift. All right, so the next one I wanted to share with you today, let's see if we can find some of the books that I've actually grabbed here for you to check out. We have the Alice in Wonderland cookbook. We're going to go through that one really quick. This one's fun. It reminds me of spring because of, it's Alice in Wonderland. So this one's really great if you love Alice, if you love cooking. Here's what the inside looks like. We have our Mad Tea Party, which is fantastic. Our different cookies, but we have a ton of savory dishes and sweet dishes. That's probably my favorite part, and a lot of drinks. They're not just really cute names either. They did a really good job at trying to figure out how to make, I guess, applicable savory and sweet recipes that actually look like they might come from the world of Wonderland, which is fun. Through the Looking Glass. Here we have the Cat's Meow milkshake. So this is 43% off, $15.99. Perfectly potted cheese. That would be great if you did do a Mad Tea Party yourself. Down the rabbit hole, here we have the different cookies that make you big or make you tiny. This is the growth potion. This looks really yummy, I'm not going to lie. Here we have the magic cookies. Funny. Play on words. White Rabbit Graham cottages. That's cute. Let's move forward a little bit. We have cabbages and kings. Love this. And the purple makes it look just a little more whimsical, which is fun. So again, I really love, especially savory dishes. We don't usually, whenever I pick up like a pop culture cookbook, they just have like really cutesy names. And then the dishes are kind of like, yeah, that's just, a spaghetti and meatball with like a few little legs to be spiders. So I like that they did a really good job presenting really fun and whimsical, crazy dishes. This is hilarious. Of course, that one's a little kitschy, but there's other ones in here that are really great. Like this AEIO soup. That's awesome. I need to figure out, is there a way to buy alphabet noodles just by themselves? That would be really fun. Mushroom perch pie. We have He Went That Way tea sandwiches, something you can put in your tea party. You have to have sweet and savory dishes. Different kinds here with different shapes. These are shaped like little teacups, which is so cute. Ceviche. Here we have Queen of Hearts tomato tart. Very cute. I wonder, and there are gluten-free dishes and vegan dishes, which is really handy. So if you know anybody that has dietary restrictions, if you want to do like a Alice in Wonderland reading party, Mad Tea Party, a Disney watch party, this would be a great cookbook to have on hand. So this is the Alice in Wonderland cookbook I wanted to share with you because it's springtime. It's whimsical time. I'm so excited to see all the flowers. Every time I see flowers sprouting, I'm always thinking about Alice in Wonderland and the singing flowers. All right, the next thing I want to share with you today is I gotta get there. So sorry. We have the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot deck. So let me find that real fast in the chaos that is me. We have it here. It's got some of the best coloring and it's only 25% off right now. So that's pretty great. I love the purple and the bright pink. It's so, so fun. So let's look at it together. Here's what the back of the cards look like. These are actually more vibrant in person. Believe it or not, I think my screen isn't doing it justice. I really wish it would show it more. Here, let's go. I love the art. It's so fun. We have pentacles as a suit. Here's more pentacles. But we also have the world. So pretty. I love that. King of Stakes. So stakes is replacing swords in this one, I believe. I'm assuming it is. We also have chalices, which is traditional, of course. The different one, though, is scythes, which is fun. So that one could be swords, too. So we have chalices, stakes, scythes, and what else do we have in here? Pentacles. Pentacles is one that's just traditional. We have the lovers. Look at them. I love Willow. They're so precious together. Chalices again. Page of Scythes. If you're a Buffy fan, you are going to love this particular tarot deck because there's a lot of stuff in here that I think I forgot. So I've watched the show numerous times, but then I was like, oh, I kind of remember the scene, but it's really hard for me to recall exactly what episode and who the characters are. So it's really fun. And I think this would be really fun to actually rewatch Buffy again and be like, oh, I remember that scene where Buffy worked over here. And these characters, because some of these characters only are in a few episodes. So check this one out. This is Insight Edition. They have fantastic tarot cards and oracle decks. If you love any kind of pop culture, this is going to be absolutely perfect. There are in the very, very back here different cards and different spreads for every single pop culture reference. So for Buffy, we have A World Without Shrimp, and there's a couple other too. But it's a really great oracle / tarot card deck for friends as gifts. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you today, let us move on. We have here, I think I've missed a few things, but that's okay. The Tarot of the Divine. This is one of my favorite tarot card decks. So it comes with this booklet here. You get 4 color photos plus a description of the cards, the story that these cards actually come from. So they're all folk tales from different places around the world. We get a brief upright and reversal reading for all of these cards, which is excellent. I have been inspired by this particular deck because now I want to research all of the different cards and stories. This is 40% off. Really awesome. It's $11.95. So here we go. This is actually my favorite card, so that's kind of funny. I pulled that right away. The Devil. We have the Emperor. I need some water. I apologize. Next we have 4 of Wands. Beautiful card. Next we have here 2 of Coins. This follows the very strict suits of traditional tarot and the traditional major arcana as well. 9 of Coins. The King of Swords. That's pretty cool. I actually have a feeling that I should do a small little reading, and I think I might do it with the Mabon Oracle, just like a lesson that I need to take with me today. So stay tuned for that. I'll do that on the next tarot card / oracle deck because I love the Mabon Seasons of the Witch deck. You can probably tell with my outfit. I love orange and black. Anyway, so this is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshi Yoshitani. I highly recommend supporting small artists and whatnot, and she is fantastic. So I just recommend following her. You can also get, I don't think I brought it with me and it's not in here, but there is a big book called Beneath the Moon. If you click through here, that actually goes through every single one of these stories in detail and is perfect if you like folk tales. It also has an entire illustration featuring all of the for every single card, not just for a choice few. So this is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshi Yoshitani. I highly recommend it. It's a really, really, really beautiful deck. All right, so the next book, one I'm going to talk about today, we have the Mabon deck. I'm going to actually pull from that one today, and then we'll talk about a book. Actually, maybe I should pull from, no, I won't pull from the Mabon deck yet. Which one shall I pull from? Women of Myth. Let's do that one. And then I'll share the actual book with you after I pull a card. Let me see if I can find the actual deck here. So I have it here, Women of Myth. It's one of my favorites. And I think that would just be really cool to pull from. If I can find it, that'd be nice. There you are, 26% off. This one's really, really awesome. So this one has a bunch of heroines, goddesses, and monstresses in this one. It has a pretty lengthy guidebook here. So not only do we have a description of the story of each person, whether it's a heroine, goddess, or monstrous, we have the card meaning and the advice. That's kind of a fun thing if you do like to do like god or / goddess work. You can actually get their advice from this book. So I'm going to do my own single card reading today. I'm going to ask like, what are some lessons I need to learn today, or some things that I can take home with me today? I don't know, a message. Give me something that I need to like take with me, think about, or maybe it'll put me at ease. We'll see. That'd be great. Maybe the goddesses will have some good stuff. So I'm going to try. We'll see. I'm feeling a little pressure. I'm not really sure why, whatever's happening. We'll get there. So give me a second. I'm going to slowly go through this. It's hard to pull a card while you're talking to people. For those of you that are listening today, make sure to give me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Are there any tarot cards or oracle decks that you guys go to for comfort or your favorites? I'd love to hear from you. I love looking at other people's tarot cards and oracle decks. It's so much fun. All right, so I'm getting there. I think I'm close, actually. Okay, I think this is the one. Oh, all right. This is who I need to learn from. It's a monster. How fun. I love monsters. Those ones are my favorites. So this is called The Obsession. How hilarious. Okay, so I'll break this one down for you. I asked what kind of message I needed to receive today. I hope it's not mean. We'll see. So we go through this book. It's in alphabetical order. It's kind of. So we start with our goddesses first. They're in alphabetical order. Then our heroines, they have a different color on the side, on the border. And then we have our monsters, which have a teal border. So I'm going to go look for her. Kiyohime, which I have not heard of before. That's a cool one. It looks like a snake lady. So we're going to look at it. It's Japanese, who falls in love with a handsome monk who promises to marry her, but later rejects her in her rage. She transforms into a giant serpent and kills him. Okay, I want to know what kind of message I need to receive from this. So it says persistence, fixation, and unrelenting. So the card meaning is you've activated an anxious or avoidant attachment style. The more distant something or someone feels from you, the more you cling. Conversely, you could be distancing yourself from anyone who wants to get close to you. Oh my. All right, so the advice that this monster is giving me is core wounds, likely from childhood, are being reopened by your present circumstances. This is an opportunity for healing and transcendence if you can find a way to process your pain and move forward. Avoid fixating on loss and rejection. Direct your energy to those who want to receive it openly. Actually, this is a really, really good card for me. I'm not going to lie. I've been very fixated and obsessed with quite a few things lately. We have somebody on Amazon who commented, how about you for Pisces? I'm sorry, I don't understand what the question is. But I am not a Pisces, or is it pieces? So sorry, Siami. If you have a different way of reframing that question, I'd love to answer you. All right, so this is a really, really cool card oracle deck. It's one of my favorites. I really, really enjoy the art in here. And every time I live stream, I really need to just plaster her name on my box here. But the artist is fantastic. And I've met her. She's sweet. I love her art. So let me just show you some of the other cards too, because I've only shown you one card so that you can get the gist of how these cards actually look. Here we have Pesta. who's another one of my favorite monsters. Your Duja. So the diplomat, you can see here, it's different. The border, we have different borders here, gold. Then we have that mauve, purpley color. So different colors for different people. Here we have Kitsune, another really great card. I love all of the Japanese monsters here. I have a card that's all flipped. It needs to be flipped the right way. So sorry. A card about Pisces. I don't have any cards about Pisces in particular. Do you have cards about Pisces in particular? We have Kali, Ishtar. So we also have Atalanta. Some of these characters, I believe, in the heroine section might be real or inspired by real people, which is really cool. You can see some of these monsters are really wild and so much fun. Athena, goddess of wisdom. In Greek mythology, we have the deer woman in Native American mythology. So beautiful, beautiful deck with a ton of cool information here, different myths about goddesses and heroines. So if that is up your alley, I highly recommend the Women of Myth. It's a great oracle deck. And I definitely needed whatever message I got from my personal reading, that if you just missed it, about obsession and fixating and anxious energy. Yes, this definitely called me out a little bit. All right, so I'm going to move on to a book, actually, and then we will talk more about some cards. I don't think I added this one, but I wanted to share with you this one. So if you enjoy cocktails or just beverages, you can make these mocktails if you'd like. This is really fun. And if you are looking for a unique gift for your witchy friend who might also like beverages, this is really fun. So this is $14.24 right now, 25% off. The Spirits of the Tarot. We'll go through it together. It's really cute. The drinks are really cool too. So here's just a brief overview. There's major arcana, minor arcana. They've divided it up into the arcana. There's even ways of making your beverages a little more enhanced. So let me stop with a pretty picture. This is kind of a pretty picture. So here we have mold over wine. This is for the Five of Pentacles. We have an upright meaning, reversed reading here. Here's the actual recipe up there. And it talks about why this particular recipe is associated with this tarot card, which is really, really fun. And it does give you information about the card itself. So if you are a bit of a tarot nerd and you want to learn more about it, like I do, this is perfect. So you can even make this a game. You can draw from your tarot card deck and be like, I don't know what drink I want to make tonight. It's Friday. You can do a reading. And if you draw the Five of Pentacles, this is what you could make. So that's a really fun thing. So let's look at this in detail. In the very beginning, it does talk about choosing your tarot card deck, how to actually do it, and the drink itself, what kind of tools and essentials you might need. You can make your own homemade syrups. Let me get to a picture here. Here's an example. Very witchy. I need some of these bottles. They're really cute. But you can make all of your simple syrups yourself. Different flavors, which would be awesome. And there's recipes. So let's look at some of the actual suits. We'll start with wands here. This is something new. Something new this way comes. Three of Wands. Beautiful picture. Stand your ground. Seven of Wands. Let's move on. We have the Knight of Wands. Super cute too. I love the little, it looks like a little broom stick. We have here, this one's interesting. The Cups suit, the Queen's Mirror, Queen of Cups. Next, we have here the Seeds of Pentacles for the Seven of Pentacles. Fruit of the Vine. Let's look at some of the major arcana ones too. Oh, the Immortal Priestess. Look at that. This is for the High Priestess. This is a pretty drink. Of course it is. It would have to be. Let's look at some more. Oh, this is Curiouser and Curiouser. Sorry, this is Page of Swords. This isn't a major arcana card. The Tower. Look at that. That's so much fun. The Flaming Tower. That is awesome. That's a jalapeno, I think, on there. We also have here the Moon's Shine. There's actual glitter in there. And then last, The World is Yours. There's a lot of good drinks in here. This is really fun. If you have a full bar maybe, or maybe you're a little bit of a witchy bartender, this would be a really, really cool book to have on hand. It's just a lot of fun. So this is 25% off, $14.24. It's one of my favorites. I think it's just so cute. All right, so the next one I want to share with you today, maybe I'll do another single card draw just to kind of show you how this particular Oracle deck works. This is the Wilder ones. This is really interesting. This is by Sharon McLeod. Very loose interpretations here. So this particular deck does not share, it doesn't tell you how to feel or what to do. It just basically guides you, and you get to interpret these messages yourself. So here's the guidebook. It's tiny, as you can see, because it is very loose interpretations. The cards might have a ton of different things in them, so you need to dissect them yourself. So there is a small section here in alphabetical order, what might be in here. It won't necessarily encompass every single thing. We also have, of course, study the figures in there. If it's looking right ahead at you, it suggests time is not quite right. So it does talk about those things and different colors that might be popping up often in these cards and what that might mean. So, and then of course, more from Sharon McLeod. So let's look at these cards. Maybe I'll give you another card draw for myself. First, let me showcase some of these cards. You can see there's a ton of stuff going on in here, different colors, different symbols. We even have a small blurb at the very bottom. It says, "New ideas, golden pathways. I am a creator. Creation flows through me." So you can do a really long read if you wanted to with them. This is done with a beautiful, I don't know if they're color pencil. They kind of remind me of color pencil, and they're so vibrant. It's color pencil or gouache, or maybe both, honestly. They're just really stunning. Some of these cards are simpler than others, as you can see. The characters are just wild and fun, totally different. Just I guess, like, if I were to think about like what a Wilder one would be like, would be very much like whimsical fairies. Just they're playful or they're cold. They're all they're just as multifaceted as people are. So I'm excited about this one. This one was a surprise on my doorstep. I did not know about it until somebody sent it to me, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. So let me do a single card draw just so you can kind of get a gist of how I would actually, work through this particular one. So I'm going to ask, what kind of messages do I need to receive today? Just because I can. What messages should I receive today? Also, again, let me know what you guys use for your tarot card decks and oracle decks. Or if you use them at all. Are you still searching for that perfect oracle deck? I think I might have found it. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, so here, cute. We just saw this one, I know. It says, "Courage makes the heart bloom. My brave and noble heart illuminates my being." Oh, I love that. So here we have a lady. She has like a sun here. She's holding on to this spear. It looks like she's got a lion next to her. There's a lot of different flowers. So what I would do with this one is I would refer to the book, see all the different symbols here. There's a ton of flowers. There's butterflies, lots of yellow. So yellow says happiness, sunshine coming through the cracks, optimism, intellectual pursuits. That is accurate for me. We have a lion, I think, like a lioness, which means courage usually. So I don't think I really even need to look that up. Let's look at sun and see if there's sun in here. Here we go. Sun is on the very bottom below star. It says originality, life force, joyfulness, and warmth. So we also have flowers and butterflies, like I said. So butterflies, transformation, freedom, socializing, to thine own self be true. And then flowers. Let's see if there's anything about flowers in a loose general term. Not seeing flowers necessarily, but tons of, things growing. And is there a spear here? Let me just triple check. It is kind of like a spear. Or is it a wing? Spiritual attainment and angelic realms, freedom and rising up. I think it is because the spear is going up. So you can see, like, you can interpret this card however you want to. This kind of gives you a little bit of guidance, but it depends on what questions you're asking, right? So this one, a message for me is that courage and staying true to myself, and there's all of these really cool things upcoming, and staying like really positive and being like authentic. I should keep that in mind. So I love that card. Really good message. And not all of the cards are all super happy, hunky dory, but that one was. So hooray for me. Okay, so that was the wilder ones. I'll show you guys the box again. I love the old lady blanket feature here. It's actually shiny with like this rose gold foil. I really like it. All right. So here is the box with the cute little squirrel, the lady, one of my favorites. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you today, we have Magica, finding spirituality, I believe, spiritual guidance through plants, herbs, crystals, and more. So if you are somebody that is new to practicing magic, I almost had it there. I should have just committed. If you're new to that, or if there's certain elements you're like, I don't know. So like for me, I got really drawn to this rock this weekend. This is going to sound so silly to me. Anyway, so I would not put this like rock down. And finally I was like, never mind, I'm getting it. So now but I love tarot cards. So I feel like I'm more of a tarot card person or a kitchen witch. But some people might be like, no, this gives you a lot of general stuff about practicing magic. And that goes for plants. There's holidays, what you can do during the holidays, recipes, horoscope. Because I know that Siami was talking about Pisces. There's stuff in here about the different horoscope signs. That includes rising, moon signs, and sun signs, how to make candles. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And it tries to be multicultural. I would say that it's still it still has a big Western lens here, but they do try to talk about some other holidays that might be considered like witchy, or there's some witchy elements in here, including like Santeria. There's Wicca, Kabbalah, and Celtic magic. So different stuff in here, but it's just a very brief overview. So let's look at this together. It's $20. So I personally like it. It's a really good price. If you don't know anything about the tools you might want / need, you don't need any of these things, by the way, but if you want them, if it appeals to you, totally get them. So it talks about a grimoire, a wand. You can get a cauldron, jars, shelves, just different things, different suggestions if that's something you like. Interpretations like how a candle burns. This is fun. I've never done that before, but that would be really, really cool. So if you're doing a ritual and you light a candle, you can actually interpret what the flame looks like. Let me look at gems here. So I actually had, like I was talking about this weekend, a gem, not a problem, but I got really obsessed with apatite. I picked one up and I would not put it down. I was like, can you please just, I didn't want it. It says this blue stone is ideal for shy or introverted people seeking to find greater self-confidence. It helps achieve, above all, better speaking skills so we can communicate more effectively with others. Funny. How cute. Anyway, so there's a ton of stones in here. I love the illustrations. Here we have the wheel of the annual pagan festivities. So if you, so we were talking about Seasons of the Witch a little earlier in this live stream. That is featured. All of those oracle decks are featured in here. So I'm assuming this is Mabon. We have Beltane here. Llamas, oh no, Litha is here. Sorry, Beltane is here. Of course it is. We have Yule and Imbolc. So all of those things. And It gives us a description of every holiday and what you can do. You don't have to do it, but some traditions that were taken from before, some things that were inspirational, like for instance, Mabon tea. That's totally a different thing. I don't know how old that is, but it's probably got an essence of tradition. We have Mabon baked apples, candles, rituals, Samhain for my Halloween people out there. You can make your own soup. There's even a recipe in here. Ritual bath, spells. Here's how you make your own Bridget's cross, which is very fun. Like all these cool activities that you can do. So if you want to celebrate, but you're not really sure how, it's a really good way to start. Here we have the full moons of the year. January is the wolf moon. So there's things in here I didn't even know. We are almost in May. That's the flower moon. The strawberry moon is in June, which is really cute. Hunter moon in October. So lots of cool information in here. Here's our moon in all of the different horoscope signs. Here's the tarot section. It breaks down every single one of the cards, what that actually means. It's a great study if you wanted to learn how to do that your own. You can do runes as well, pendulums. So overall, this is a really fun book. If you want to just get started, experiment with a few things and try to see like what is up your alley, this is a really, really cool book. And it's got great illustrations in here. So this is Magica. This is by Carlota Santos. I highly recommend it. It's really, really fun. $20. It's just, I don't know. It's got everything. There's things that I haven't tried. Like I'd love to do a spell jar. I think it'd be really just fun to do, or making a candle. And I can do that with this book. So I wanted to point that out to you too. All right. So another oracle deck I want to share with you today. Speaking of spring, everything is all earthy and beautiful. Let me find it. I just had it. Everything is everywhere, just like that one movie. Where did it go? I can't find it. I'm upset. Okay. I cannot find this one for some reason, so we're going to move on to it. Oh, goodness. Hello. Sean, I know, right? You're the only reason why I'm going to have to start all over again and start restreaming. I actually already did do that. I messed up the first time, so this is my second one. So hold on, Sean, since you're my only viewer right now. I'm going to talk about the Owl or tarot card deck. I just have not talked about that one. So this one's 14% off. It is so cute. It's the Tarot of the Owls. Oh my gosh, I found the oracle deck I was looking for earlier. Okay, so here's the Tarot of the Owls. This is by Pamela Chen. I love this. I just feel like I have an affinity to owls. Like, I don't know. Owls pop up everywhere for me, and I love them. So here we have an enormous guidebook. So if you love guidebooks, I do recommend it because it gives you a full page illustrated photo of every single one of the cards that you'll see here. There's only 2 cards, from what I remember, that might feature, because the sword suit is horrible. So it does feature like not okay owls. So if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, just be aware of that. But overall, it is so cute. Like it really is. This is an adorable tarot card deck. So here we go. I'll just share this first. In the beginning, it talks about the card itself, what it means. It's kind of lengthy. Then we have an upright and reversal reading for all of them, which is pretty nice. So this is a great way to learn how to do tarot, or at least memorize what every single one of the cards actually means, and the upright and reverse meaning. I can't show this one because it's got the animal cruelty thing. It does make me sad. I can't watch that, but I could read horror novels all the time. Anyway, so let's look at the cards themselves. Beautiful, beautifully illustrated. And I think I've theorized that the suits are all in specific environments. So what I mean by that is I think the wands category are all in a forest. So this is Two of Wands. Pentacles, I believe, is in either like somebody is in like an ocean view and the meadow, and I think that's Pentacles. We also have here, let me get there. Swords is always in the snow. That's something I've noticed, because we have also the Ace of Swords here. We've got a little bit of snow. Pentacles here got a little bit of the springtime. Sean says, I love owls. I like it when I'm on the porch at night and I can hear them. Aw. See, I love owls too. I think they're pretty awesome. Four of Pentacles. I have a bunch of videos that pop up on Instagram. Oh, it's cups. Sorry. I have a bunch of videos that pop up on Instagram that's always like little owls. I think they know that I love owls. Okay, so we have cups. Cups is the suit that is always in the ocean. That's right. So we have wintertime, ocean, and sorry, I'm so bad today. And we have all of the beautiful flowery, meadowy looks too. So let me show you the full. Isn't it cute with the little squirrel or mouse on here? I love him. Five of Swords. Swords is just a brutal suit. So like, I hate getting swords. Anytime I draw any sort of tarot card, I'm like, oh no, that means bad news bears for Katie. We have Eight of Wands. Oh, I like the desert scene here. Six of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. This one's kind of cute. Resting. I like what they did here. The Hanged Man. This is hilarious. Ooh. Death. Oh my. I can't show that one. The Death card is a little, makes me just sad. I don't know. Two of Cups. Cute. We also have Three of Wands. I'll do a few more here and then we'll move on. But this is a really pretty deck. It's very colorful. There's a lot of great illustrations of owls on here. Different kinds of owls too. Usually you only see, there's only like, anytime I pick up owl oracle decks or something, it's always like just what is the barn owl and the great horned owl. But there's like so many other cool owls out there. And this one's just wildly hilarious. The High Priestess. Anyway, so this is a cute, the sun. This is a really cute tarot card deck. If you like owls or feathered friends, this would be really, really fun. Or if you know somebody that just really, really feels just a kinship to owls, this is a really, really great one. And it has a really comprehensive book here that's just perfect. A great guide. So this is the Tarot of the Owls. Get wisdom from the owls. All right, so the next one I wanted to share that I totally did not do properly last time. And somebody, I'm assuming Sean, is so nice and clicked on it. It's the Magical Botanical Oracle. This is 2765. So I love this one. I think I bought it 2 years ago during springtime. It has some of the most unique art I think I've ever seen on an oracle deck. It's very detailed. It has a huge guidebook for only having 30-ish cards. It's kind of enormous. So this has a lot of cool stuff in here. We have a ton of different spreads, and we have a lot of information about the cards themselves. So we start with like the Latin name for every single plant. All of the cards are associated with a magical plant. Then we have the element it's associated with, the planets and their symbols. Then we move on to plant medicine, the reversed meaning, the magical meaning, how this was used in historically, like the plant itself, and divination too. It's really comprehensive. So it's a cool oracle deck, but I can't show everything because there is some nudity in it. I apologize. for Amazon viewers. Amazon. This is my favorite card in the entire deck, the sunflower card. I love the bees. If I could be, I guess, carried away in a bee chariot, I would be the happiest person in the world. We have the dragon tree, which I've never heard of before. It has to be real though, because these are all based on a plant of some kind. Something that's really fun too is it seems like the cards and their art style and the symbols are all very associated with the culture or the area geographically where the plant came from. So we see some like Egyptian-esque art in here for a few things. I'm not a plant expert, but that's just the vibe I get, which is fun. Sorry, I tapped my mic. Here we have thistle. So really, really unique cards here. Wormwood, I can't show. No. We have willow. Lavender. I like the sun and moon thing going on here with the bees, of course. Lots of bees. This is vine. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I can't show that one or that one. I apologize. Bleeding hearts. So if you like plants, you might like this particular oracle deck because there's a lot of cool stuff here. This is the back of all of the cards, which is beautiful. And then I'll show one more here. Oak. Here you go. And I'll show the Witch's Garden too, which is the back of the card, but it's colored. This is actually a part of the deck itself. So this is a really cool one. I personally like it. It's really unique. I've never seen an art style quite like this on Oracle decks in particular. And I like the giant booklet that comes with it. There's a lot of cool information in here. Do not replace plants with medicine. Make sure to go to a doctor, by the way. I know there's chapters in here that talk about plant medicine, but go to a doctor first. All right, this is the Magical Botanical Oracle. Really cool Oracle deck. I highly recommend it. If you're a green witch, you love, you have a witchy garden, it would just be perfect. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you today is, I guess I have that journal. So I've been trying to, not journal, but plan. I need to plan my life more, and I think that applies to a lot of people. I don't think I'm alone. Where did my water bottle go? Speaking of planning, I need to get myself organized. What is happening here? Okay, so this is the life planner. I need it to say drink more water. That's what I need. So this is $39.95. There's a ton of different ones. So if you actually click through it, this company sells a ton of different kinds of planners. This is just the one that I grabbed. This has a lot of interesting stuff in here. We have the Law of Attraction roadmap. There are mission statements you can write to yourself. So it's kind of a combination of journaling and planning. So it's really handy if that's your thing, if you're that organized. As you can see, I'm really not. I'm really horrible. I actually got another planner because I need it to not be so complicated. I'm not quite to this level yet. I want to be, but I'm not there. I admire people who can get here. So we have like different journeys. All of this is in the very, very beginning. And you can plan out all the way. Clearly, I haven't used it like for 2023 to 2024. Look at me. We're already like midway through 2024. It's also just really pretty. Here we have, I'll just show you. I like this one because you can start in the middle of a year or not. You don't have to. You can write everything out yourself. You can put a goal of the week, your priorities, etc., and get that all done. And at the very end of every single month, you can reflect. There's journal questions and ways, things that you're like, hey, maybe I could do this better. And then you can start off a new month and write it all out. As you can see, I tried. I did, but I didn't make it quite there. So there's a lot in this that's really great for planning if you are one of those big planners, and they have just stuff on hand. I mean, who needs a world map? But maybe you do. So there's just a lot of cool stuff in here that would be really great for people who are really good at planning. Not me. I need a basic one, but it's beautiful and it's just really, really fun. And if you were somebody that was a journaler and a planner at the same time, this would be such an ideal and great journal to have. How to do all of these things and give yourself affirmations. I mean, seriously. So I wanted to point this out because you might enjoy it too. I'm noticing that this shiny bit actually kind of looks like a little rainbowy when I shift it sometimes, which is also very cool. Love that. Anyway, check this one out. Check out all of them. They have different covers, different colors, different weight, like different goals too. So I picked one specifically for like law of attraction, but there's a ton of different ones out there. Alrighty. I really do need to find my water. Oh, there it is. Ha ha ha. Found my water bottle. Okay, we're going to talk about the Laputan Oracle in just a second. I'm going to find it. This is a small artist. Oh, it is 1838 right now. Beautiful, beautiful art. There is some nudity, so be aware. It's still, I personally love it. I like supporting small artists and small businesses. The guidebook comes in different languages, so you can actually, it's not a huge guidebook, but because there's 5 different separate languages, I think it's 5, it becomes a larger guidebook. There's only 35-ish cards. So I think it comes in French, English, and Italian, I believe. Anyway, so here we have a description of every card. This is kind of, so it's not visually stunning, but the descriptions of every card are really, really, really cool. They're very different. Just, I haven't really run into anything quite like that. They've only provided one spread for us. So the spiral of knowledge, this is really, really cool. And I might actually do this later today. How to use this particular deck. So if you want to use it the way that the artist was intending, this is something to read through. Here are what the cards actually look like. So like I said, there is nudity, but the cards are beautiful. You can see on the bottom, everything is numbered, but there's no label. So we don't know what the card name is, which is fine, but it makes it a little more difficult to find in the guidebook. It's a little dark. It's kind of dark pastel, if that makes sense. It's really pretty. Hello, dark side of the library. Thanks for tuning in. So it's got just really a soft palette, but it has a lot of dark themes, kind of fairy tale-esque. She does have the 2 characters that just stick around in a lot of her art, and she uses a lot of the time. Hello, Cookbook Divas. I hope your class has been really fun. Sorry, I gotta find some. Here we have another one. So these are the 2 characters she tends to draw a lot in this particular oracle deck, but also just in her art. If you look up her art, here's another one. This is like one of my favorites. It's beautiful. Here's another one. So definitely check out their page, Laputan. It's a really, really unique name. If you click through here, you'll find her store on Amazon, but you can actually at least copy and paste her name into Google, and you'll find a lot of her art. It's really, really stunning, very different, quirky and ridiculous, but pretty great. Here's one more, and then we'll move on, but it's really cool. I just highly recommend it. It's really fun. So this is the Laputan Oracle. You get to support a small artist by purchasing this and a small business as well. And you can actually check out all of her stuff. It's one of my favorites. I love her art. So Laputan Oracle, really great, kind of dark, but pastel and soft. It's just really fun. If you like fairy tales too, it's got a lot of cool stuff in here. All right. The next thing I want to share with you today is we have Heal the Witch Wound. Somebody actually purchased this already on this live stream, so thank you. We have here a book that I just started reading and I have to grab it. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. Heal the Witch Wound. So my therapist actually told me to check this one out. It's not necessarily just for witches. It's a little self-helpy, but it's not too bad because there's a lot of cool information in here. It talks about things like how historically we have been told to do certain things that have traveled with us to modern day society. An example of that is we consider gossiping to be a bad and female oriented thing. And that could be as a result of the Salem witch trials or even the witch trials in Europe. So or like women communing together and how that actually, why are they doing that? This is about people, anybody who feel like they have to keep their practice a little private, and why and how you can heal from that. There's a historical context. So the first chapter is the burning time. So it explains all of these things, like the peak of the witch trials, the role of gender in the witch trials, the legacy of the witch craze, which now influences us even today. Then we move on to the symptoms of what the witch wound looks like. So I like this. They talk about hiding in the broom closet. So you might be feeling that way, muting your self-expression, feeling lost or stuck or blocked. Then part 3 is healing the witch wound, which is really, really helpful. So I like that here's the cause. Here's what you might be feeling. Here's some solutions. Simple. I love that. Just straight to the point. It should at least help most of us be like, why do I feel this way? Oh, maybe it's this stuff. So here we have women in the Middle Ages, in like what the culture actually looked like back then, what that meant, how we'd have to actually keep our mouths shut all the time. And then moving on to healing the witch wound. Here's ideas for releasing and cleansing, unwanted energy. Here's different kinds of healing. So if one thing doesn't work for you, you can try a different kind of healing. So this is somatic healing. There's moving into your magic and power chapter. We have, I think there was like rituals or ritual bath chapters, earth healing. So you might try somatic healing and you might be like, this isn't for me. Try earth healing, see if that helps, and just explore, see what really works for you, what resonates, and then, go from there. This is a really cool, it's not too long of a book, and it's really fascinating. I like the historical context. It's Heal the Witch Wound by Celeste Larson. I highly recommend it. It's only $15.26 right now. It's packed with really unique and fun information. It's very applicable. And I don't think there's really any books out there that are like this one. And then let me just share my Death Funko Pop real fast because I love her. I've had her for a really long time. I didn't even know people loved OG Death so much. Look at her. She's so cute. And her little umbrella. And her ankh. And her boots. Anyway, she's $22.95. I'm waiting for the second season of Sandman to come out. I think it's next year, though. But I was so excited to see I think it's Dead Boy Detectives or whatever, which is an offshoot of the Sandman series. And I was like, oh, what? So that was a big surprise. I love that. There was like no lead up, and then they were like dishing out some Sandman material. Anyway, Death is great. If you love Death, you can grab her here on Amazon. They have all of the other Endless as well. You can get Delirium, Dream, Desire, Destruction, all of them. Just recommend Death because she's my favorite. I love her so much. Okay, so check that out. And then Before we leave today, I'm going to share with you the other 2 Seasons of the Witch decks that I do have. I was in a 1,000 person Zoom today. That's pretty amazing. That's really, really big. It shows that a lot of people are trying to learn. Things are shifting, that's for sure. All right, so we have Seasons of the Witch, Mabon. Did I even add the in bulk one? Darn. There's so many I miss. Okay, so we're gonna just show them the Mabon one. This one's my favorite anyway. So we have Mabon Oracle. This one's beautiful. You can see the theme is orange. On the back of the cards, we have a bunch of crows. That's kind of the icon and symbol. Here on the side, beautiful orange, like foil. So that's how all of the Oracle Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks are. We have a color theme, a color palette theme, just so much in here. So this is definitely cottagecore-esque. You will notice on the bottom of these cards, we have Darkness Falls, and then we have a blurb on the bottom. So if you really wanted to do a lengthy read, you could. And you don't have to dive into the guidebook, which is really nice because sometimes you don't want to interrupt the flow. I feel like it's kind of like a flow. Here we have Corn Maze. The art style for these cards are very similar. Not all of them are the same artist, by the way, but they do have a very, very similar vibe. Harvest Moon. This is a cool card. I love the moth there with the eyes. Harvest Witch. We have Grieving. This one right now is $18.46, so 26% off. You can grab your favorite Seasons of the Witch holiday, if you have a particular holiday you like and you are like, hey, I want to get an Oracle deck that is associated with it. I think by now you can. I think we almost have every single holiday available. At least I know there's one that might be you can pre-order. And I think it's Litha that you can pre-order right now. So, yeah. Anyway, here is Mabon, my favorite one for sure. But in bulk, I have to say, surprised me quite a bit. I was not anticipating enjoying the in bulk Seasons of the Witch deck, which is here. It's a blue themed one, but it's got like the wintry, beautiful, like kind of coming to spring a little bit, but still wintry. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. So click through this. You can find them all. Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks. All right, y'all, that's going to end my live stream today. I will live stream a little later this week. If you want to see more, I will showcase the ones that I didn't get through today and some other books as well. I didn't get through as many books as I wanted. Make sure to follow, subscribe, stay tuned for our other live streams. So you can do that over here on Amazon or on our socials, which are down here at Dark Side of the Library. We'd love to see you. Make sure to comment and let us know what kind of tarot cards you would love to see and what things you've enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you in the next live.